Hey everyone, it's Steve here. Today we're tackling a topic that's been brewing in my mind for a while: overrated tourist spots. We all see those picture-perfect Instagram posts, the glossy brochures, the travel blogs raving about must-see destinations. But do they really live up to the hype? I decided to find out for myself. From the bustling streets of Times Square to the ancient stones of the Great Wall, I'm putting these iconic locations to the test. Let's go! First up, Times Square, the pulsating heart of New York City. Stepping into Times Square is like stepping into a sensory explosion. Giant billboards flash, music blares from every direction, and a sea of people flows around you. It's overwhelming, to say the least. I walked through the crowds, dodging selfie sticks and costumed characters, trying to absorb the energy of this iconic location. Honestly, it felt a bit much. The flashing lights and constant noise quickly became grating. The sheer volume of people made it difficult to appreciate anything. I found myself craving a quiet corner, a moment of peace amidst the chaos. Sure, the energy is palpable, but is it a kind of energy that invigorates or exhausts you? I'm not so sure. I spent a few hours wandering around, trying to find the charm that draws so many people here. I checked out a few shops, grabbed a slice of overpriced pizza, because, New York, and even snapped a few photos myself. But the magic just wasn't there. The billboards, while impressive in scale, felt more like advertisements than art. And the overall feeling was more of a manufactured spectacle than a genuine cultural experience. So, my verdict on Times Square: it's a 6 out of 10. It's worth a quick visit, just to say you've been there. But don't expect to be blown away. The hype might be bigger than the experience itself. In the end, Times Square is a place you might want to see once, but it's not necessarily a place you'll want to return to. It's a whirlwind of activity, but sometimes less is more. Next, I headed west to Los Angeles, home of the Hollywood Walk of Fame. This iconic stretch of sidewalk, embedded with stars bearing the names of famous entertainers, promises a taste of Hollywood glamour. But does it deliver? My first impression? Honestly, it was a bit underwhelming. The Walk of Fame is essentially a very long, very crowded sidewalk. The stars themselves are, well, they're just stars on the sidewalk. I spent some time searching for the names of my favorite actors and musicians, which was kind of fun, but the overall experience felt underwhelming. The area surrounding the Walk of Fame is also a bit gritty. There are souvenir shops, street performers, and a general sense of tourist chaos. It's not exactly the glamorous Hollywood experience you might imagine. So, my rating for the Hollywood Walk of Fame? A 5 out of 10. It's worth a quick stroll if you're in the area, but don't expect to be dazzled. Chapter 3. Leaning Tower of Pisa. Worth the tilt. My next stop was the Leaning Tower of Pisa, that iconic tilted structure that has captivated tourists for centuries. It's one of those landmarks that everyone seems to have on their bucket list. I'd seen countless photos of people pretending to hold up the tower, and I was curious to experience it for myself. The creativity people show in their poses is quite amusing. The tower itself is, well, it's leaning. It's a sight that defies logic and makes you wonder how it's still standing. It's definitely an impressive sight, and it's even more dramatic in person than in photos. The tilt is more pronounced, and you can't help but marvel at it. The sheer engineering feat of the tower is remarkable, and the history surrounding it is fascinating. Built over 800 years ago, it has survived wars, earthquakes, and the test of time. But here's the thing: the Leaning Tower of Pisa is basically just a leaning tower. Once you get past the initial awe, there's not much else to it. The surrounding area is picturesque, but doesn't offer much in terms of additional attractions. You can climb to the top for a view of the surrounding area, but the view isn't particularly spectacular. It's mostly rooftops, and a few distant hills, and the climb itself is quite narrow and claustrophobic. The spiral staircase can be a bit challenging, especially if you're not a fan of tight spaces. The area surrounding the tower is also packed with tourists, all vying for the perfect photo opportunity. It's a bustling scene, with people from all over the world. It's a bit of a circus, with people jostling for position and striking ridiculous poses. The atmosphere is lively but can be overwhelming. I did take the obligatory holding up the tower photo, of course. It's almost a rite of passage for visitors, but even that felt a bit cheesy. It's one of those things you do just to say you've done it. My rating for the Leaning Tower of Pisa? A 7 out of 10. It's a unique experience but not life-changing. It's worth a visit, but don't plan your entire trip around it. There are many other incredible sights in Italy that deserve your attention. Chapter 4. Eiffel Tower. Romantic icon or tourist magnet? Next up, Paris and the iconic Eiffel Tower, a landmark that has captured the hearts of millions. This symbol of love and romance has graced countless postcards and films, becoming a global icon. But does it live up to the hype? Is it truly as magical as people say? My first glimpse of the Eiffel Tower was breathtaking, a moment I had always dreamed of. It's even more impressive in person than in photos, with its towering presence and intricate details. The sheer scale of the structure is awe-inspiring, and the intricate ironwork is a testament to human ingenuity and craftsmanship. I spent hours wandering around the base of the tower, admiring its beauty from every angle, each view offering something new. I even took a ride to the top, which offered stunning views of the city, a panorama that took my breath away. Paris sprawled out beneath me, a tapestry of buildings and streets, bathed in the golden light of the setting sun, creating a scene straight out of a painting. The experience was truly magical, especially as the tower lit up against the night sky. The Eiffel Tower is more than just a tourist attraction. It's a symbol of hope, of dreams, of the human spirit, and of the enduring allure of Paris. Despite the crowds, the Eiffel Tower is a must-see, a place where memories are made. My rating for the Eiffel Tower? An 8 out of 10, a solid score for such an iconic landmark. It's worth braving the crowds and the lines, as the experience is truly one of a kind. It's an experience you won't soon forget, a highlight of any trip to Paris. Chapter 5. The Great Wall. Ancient wonder or overwhelming hike? My final destination. The Great Wall of China. This ancient wonder, stretching for thousands of miles, is a testament to human ingenuity and perseverance. But is it worth the hype? My first glimpse of the Great Wall took my breath away. The sheer scale of the structure is mind-boggling. It snakes across the landscape, a dragon of stone and brick, a symbol of China's rich history and culture. I spent hours hiking along the wall, marveling at its construction, imagining the countless hands that built it centuries ago. The experience was humbling, awe-inspiring, and deeply moving. The Great Wall is more than just a tourist attraction. It's a living monument to human history. But the Great Wall is also a challenging hike. The steps are steep, the terrain is uneven, and the crowds can be overwhelming. Despite the challenges, the Great Wall is a must-see. My rating for the Great Wall of China? A 9 out of 10. It's worth the effort, the crowds, the challenges. It's an experience that will change your perspective. So there you have it, folks. My honest take on 5 of the most overrated tourist spots. Some lived up to the hype, others fell flat. But each one offered a unique experience, a glimpse into different cultures and perspectives. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more travel adventures. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep discovering the world around you.